Welcome back to Hobby Universe Outdoors. Today, I'm going to be removing the mower deck on this John Deere X590 garden tractor. And even though mowing season isn't quite over yet, I want to remove that deck because I want to test fit an older snowblower on this newer tractor to make sure there aren't going to be any compatibility issues. I had to buy an adapter kit, and there's some other things I got to do. I'm going to make a separate video on that in case you're interested. But for today's video, we're going to remove this mower deck. I'm going to show you my process for that. It's pretty straightforward. I don't think it's going to take very long. Let's get started. The process for removing and reinstalling the deck is going to be the same for the 580, 584, and 590. Regardless of a 48-inch deck or the 54-inch deck, the process is going to be the same. The only X500 series that I'm aware of where this will be a different process is going to be on the X570, and that's because it doesn't have that hydraulic function to raise and lower the deck. First thing I'm going to do is to raise the mower deck all the way up, which I did just a second ago, and then I'm going to rotate the lift adjustment knob all the way to the #1 position. There's a little picture of a tractor, and I guess that's supposed to be the mower deck sliding out from underneath it. But anyway, #1 position, that's what you're looking for. Next thing we're going to do is to rotate these anti-scalping wheels 90 degrees. We're going to do that in all 4 corners. This mower deck, I've not confirmed, but I'm guessing it's somewhere around 150 pounds. So fighting against those wheels, it just wouldn't be any fun at all. So we're going to get those rotated, and then we can move on to the next step. If you're enjoying the video, and while I'm working through this process, you like what you see, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more stuff like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Rotating the anti-scalping wheels is pretty simple. You just pull out on this spring-loaded pin, rotate it, find that cross hole. There's only going to be one of those. There's not several adjustments. You've only got one spot for that. Release the pin, wheels rotated. Do that 3 more times. With all the anti-scalping wheels rotated, we're going to lower the deck, and the tractor doesn't have to be running for this. We're going to lower the deck so that it's resting on the anti-scalping wheels. We're looking at the right side of the tractor, and this is the side of the tractor I prefer to take the belt off of. It's just a lot easier, and the reason for that is there's an idler pulley under here. So this is the top belt. This is the mower drive belt. That's the one you're going to want to take off, and you can pull back on this belt and get it off that pulley. I prefer to use this right here. So this is the spring-loaded pulley. There's the springs. It attaches to that lever or bar. Well, there's a square hole in this lever, and what I do is I put my 3/8 ratchet wrench in that hole, and when I do that, I rotate counterclockwise, and when I do, it takes the pressure off the belt. Makes the whole process a lot easier. Put that socket wrench in that square hole, push on it a little bit. You can see that belt gets a lot of slack in it. Basically just falls right off. Now we're going to move to the front of the tractor, and we've got to remove this bracket, and this attaches the front of the mower deck to the front of the tractor frame. And to remove that, we have these weird little clips here, and the way these clips work is you push out on that part that's bent up a little bit, and there goes the clip under the mower somewhere. I'm going to have to go find that. But once you have that off, you got to do the same thing to the other side. And then there's one other trick I want to show you. When it's time to put the mower deck back on the tractor, the orientation of this bracket does matter. What I mean by that is you can see these things are offset. So it's not perfectly centered. So you want it oriented like this with this pin that passes through the frame at the top. Next, we need to release the arms that raise and lower the deck. This is going to be located on both sides, so there's one on each side. And these are at the rear of the mower deck. And to be able to remove these, there's this pin. It's spring-loaded. You pull that out, and once you do that, you're able to lift the arm out of the way, release that pin, and now that arm's released. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Now that we've got those lift arms detached from the deck, I'm going to start the tractor and I'm going to raise those arms out of the way, simply the same way you'd raise the mower deck. You just start the tractor, pull up on the lever, and that way those will be out of the way so those won't interfere with pulleys or anything else as we're trying to slide this out, because they do hang down a little bit. On the front of the mower deck, there's the bracket where that U-shaped bracket attached the mower deck to the frame. That could interfere with the front tires when you're trying to slide this out. So I'm going to be sliding the deck out from the left side of the tractor. So I'm going to turn the steering wheel all the way to the right, and that'll give us a little extra room to slide the deck out and to clear that bracket. And that should give us the room we need. With everything disconnected, we're ready to pull the mower deck out from under the tractor. And whenever I do this, I always go nice and slow and try to keep my eyes open to make sure I'm not getting caught up on anything. I don't want pulleys banging into each other, or to make sure that I'm not hung up on something. Something else I like to do whenever I'm working on a piece of equipment like this is I like to look things over that I'm not able to usually see if I have something disassembled. So now that I have the mower deck out from underneath the tractor, it's a great time to check the belts, check the pulleys, and just kind of give everything a once over to make sure we're in good shape. So the mower deck's off. Now I'm ready to start messing with that adapter to see if I can get that snowblower I've got to work on this tractor. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you enjoyed the video and you learned something from it, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day.